Hey, shipbuilders, it's Kyle. Coming to you with a new IC recording using a new recording software called Screencast-O-Matic. It's this guy right here. So if this looks a little bit different, that's why. Apparently, Screencast-O-Matic allows you to record videos up to 15 minutes long, as opposed to this guy right here, which is Screencastify, which limits you to 5 minutes, and then you got to pay for stuff. So just a little tidbit if you're looking at recording any videos over the next couple of days. But the point of this video is really to talk a little bit about how the heck are we going to grade kids over the next couple of weeks or maybe months. And I think one of the biggest questions that we have fielded thus far is what happens with like third quarter grades. You know, the quarter's coming to an end and grades are due on April 8th, and how's that going to impact my sports eligibility and honor roll and all that stuff. So we have a couple of messages to point out. First of all, the April 8th due date for grades is a due date for third quarter, but those grades will not impact sports eligibility. They will not impact honor roll, GPA, or academic awards. They are nothing more than a snapshot to families and everybody else, and like, hey, here's how you're doing right now. The semester grade, the one at the end of this year, is obviously the one that earns students their credit. It impacts their GPA and then probably eligibility and all those things too. So I just wanted to let you know that that third quarter grade is nothing more than a snapshot this year. So being that as it is, some people are also wondering, well, yeah, but my third quarter grade is actually like 45% of my overall grade, my semester. And so if my students do poorly or don't perform really well third quarter, or maybe they're missing some assessments during the third quarter, then that is going to really impact that overall grade. So I wanted to show you a possible workaround for that. And in fact, this really aligns well with Grading for Learning, which one of the philosophies there is that students should have that opportunity, the ability to show their learning and show their improvement continually without having to say at any one point like, oh, we're going to stop the learning right now and you can't learn anymore, which sometimes quarter grades make us do. So to show you this today, I'm gonna play in the second period work experience class. This is Ashley Waniger's class. Ashley, I just want to let you know I'm working in Sandbox, so I'm really not goofing anything up for you, okay? So I just want to put that out there. All right, so again, if you want to help your students out and kind of what I would say like extend their learning opportunity through the end of the year, this is one way that you can do that. So we're going to play in the grade calc options area, and to get there I'm going to click on settings. And about a quarter of the way down, I see grade calc options, and I'm going to click on that. Take some of these things out right now. And what I would tell you is that the way that Ashley's got this grade book set up right now, she's got a quarter grade here for term 3 and a quarter grade here for term 4, and then a semester grade overall. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and turn on the cumulative grading opportunity. And so if you look over here for quarter 3, you'll notice there's a little opportunity to click on a checkbox. And what this checkbox does is it says we are going to turn on the cumulative grading opportunity, and I got to tell it when to start that opportunity, and we're going to say term 3. I then have to do the same exact thing for term 4. So check on the cumulative grading opportunity, and now when I click the drop-down box, I'm going to have two options. Essentially, and I have to click on term 3, because what it is saying here is that term 4 is nothing more than an extension of term 3, just rolling right on through. And the only reason why we maybe differentiate term 3 to term 4 is to give that mid-semester progress report to families. But the grading doesn't stop, the learning doesn't stop. We keep the grade book rolling. Okay, so I'm going to click term 3. Now, the last thing is I scroll down to the bottom of this page. Now, before I was playing in here, Ashley had her semester grade set up like this. I think a lot of us have this too, where 50% of our grade is associated with the term 3 and 50% of the grade is associated with term 4. Some of you might include a final, so maybe it's like 45, 45, and then the final's 10%. We want to change this if in fact you want to utilize this cumulative grading option. Because really the only thing that matters is how the students have produced or the learning that they have showed by the end of the semester. So in order to do that, I just want to go ahead and eliminate that term 3/4 grade. Okay? And now Ashley does not have a final for work experience, so all 100% or 100 points of the weight are going to go to the term 4/4 grade. If you have a final, maybe it's worth 10%, then term 4 would be 90%. Okay, so I've checked the boxes, got T3 listed here, and I've changed term 4 to being 100%. Make sure I click the save button real quick. All right, and what I'm going to notice is that actually nothing changes on the term 3 grade book. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And so if I look at Dawson, before I did this, he had 100% monthly meetings, 86.66 in weekly timesheets, and 92.5% worksite evaluations. Dawson's doing a pretty nice job. Nothing has changed yet. But here's where the change is. If I take my cursor and I drop down the term 3 box and I change that to term 4, watch this. All of those grades are now rolling into term 4. Because it's a cumulative grade. And so whatever the work is that has been done during term 3, whether we were in school or whether we are on the COVID-19 break, right, all of that learning is going to continue. And so we won't have to say we're going to finalize our learning for term 3 and restart our learning for term 4. It just kind of rolls all the way through. Here's another cool thing. Once the term rolls over, and let's say that I have a student that turns in an assignment that was due a while back, maybe reassesses on an assignment or does something that they were missing. Okay, so I'm going to pick on Dylan here. So this weekly timesheet that was due on January 29th, apparently, that he's missing. Let's say he gets that in. I want you to notice Dylan's overall score right here, the 72%, 71.42%. Okay, and the 14% on timesheets. Dylan's got to do a little bit of better work there. If I change that grade, okay, I'm going to remove the missing flag now because I've changed that flag. And you'll notice that the term 3 grade is going to change. Okay, you notice his percentage has gone up and his weekly timesheets percentage has gone up. Now check this out. Save that. Go to term 4. And you'll notice that those percentages are reflected in term 4. So if I go to term 4, I find Dylan, bam, right there, his weekly timesheets are reflected. So you can actually go back to assignments that you've already created in term 3. And if students show their proficiency or their mastery on those assignments, you can go ahead and alter those scores to say, yeah, they've done it. You don't have to recreate a brand new assessment or an assignment for them. And thus you can keep the grade rolling on to the end of the year. Pretty nifty function, and certainly would ease the feelings of some of the students. Okay. Now, now that you all know this, we will be communicating some of this out to students and families. Like that 3rd quarter is a progress report. We want you to get your grades in as quickly as possible. Turn stuff in to teachers and make sure you keep on communicating. But we do at some point have to let them know about sports eligibility, GPAs, honor rolls, and all those sorts of things. Okay. So I know there's probably going to be questions about this. When I post this in the cabin, the comment section below there, go ahead and shoot a ton of comments if you got them. I'll try to respond to them in real time, or you can email me and I'll respond that way as well. But if you put them in the comments section, then everybody can kind of see the questions. Before I go, I did want to put another plug in for the cabin because there are a lot of good things happening in there, a lot of good comments and things getting posted. And since we've been talking about Google Classroom and Infinite Campus, I did want to make a pitch for this really neat little function that Lindsay Vandeven actually passed on to us. Apparently the folks that built this not super good at English, but it's called the grade transfer. And if you click on this guy, it's actually a Chrome extension. that is going to allow you to put grades into Google Classroom, because there's the gradebook function in Google Classroom, and actually transfer those right over to IC, so you don't have to double enter them. It's pretty nifty. So you'd have to add that Chrome extension. You could play with that. It's pretty cool stuff. So. All right, so there's the option for going ahead and extending third quarter into fourth quarter, and another Chrome extension that you might be able to use. Again, please let me know if you have any comments in the comments section below. Otherwise, email me, and we'll try to get back to you as quickly as we can. Thanks a lot, shipbuilders. Thanks for all you're doing right now. Really appreciate your hard work, and we'll talk to you and see you soon.